We should be panicking about this.
This is getting real deep.
Yeah, it's my life.
This is the therapy session with Cryptic. Getting real deep.
You're not even doing anything. You're just here to
Yeah,
observe.
that's the point. That's all
Get
I do.
out.
You're not even doing anything.
Um,
Like, do you have like any anxiety? Like, do you ever just like feel anxious, but like you feel like nervous, but you don't really know why?
who me?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
you.
sometimes. Like,
Okay.
like the times I'm nervous the most. I mean, obviously, if before streaming, but like I won't count that. Like I do get nervous. But like maybe not nervous, but more like yesterday, I was like kind of thinking like, damn, like when I die, I'm never gonna know my brother again.
See,
And
that's
Dude,
what I mean. Like these thoughts, I get them, and I get so scared. Like it's ridiculous.
like I get like I was sad. I was telling Crypto, I was like, you ever go through where like you hear a song and you're just like playing on a YouTube playlist and it's taking you back and you just like crying and you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I was like having that yesterday. I was like, man, I really love my brother and I really love like my family. And it's like I'm not gonna have like there's gonna be a time where I don't see them again. And
Mm-hmm.
what if I wake up as another person? Like I'll never have any recollection of this life
That's what I'm
at all.
saying. And so I'm 25, right? And I feel like my frontal lobe just developed because like a lot of these thoughts are thoughts that I would get before, but I'd be like, okay, like whatever. I don't gotta worry about this, you know? And
Yeah,
I
I think
think I'm
yeah.
hitting an age now where I'm like I like fully neglected all of this. Now it's all hitting me at once, and I'm getting really scared because I love my sister. Like she's my best friend. You know what I mean?
You
So
said you
I'm
love
just
your who?
my sister. Like I love
Oh,
Cassie. I love my
Cassie. Yeah,
family. I have an
yeah.
aunt who has like late stage cancer, and it's like horrifying. And it's just I don't know. It's all just getting to me.
I know, like you're obviously not old, but I do think once we get close to our 30s, we see death more, and it kind of puts a perspective where we're not on this planet for a long time.
Hmm.
I've been worried about colon cancer recently. Like I've been seeing so much shit, like
Yeah.
how men that are younger are getting it, and I've seen signs, just like maybe it's nothing, but like I just have this
what's
feeling
up,
where I need to get
Izuku?
checked out. Where I don't think I have colon
Underscore
cancer,
simp.
but it's more about just like,
Welcome.
hey, like
We're
prepare
just
yourself now
chatting for a little
because
bit, trying to figure
shit's
out
gonna
what we're
hit
gonna
you when you're
play. We
older.
got a few people waiting on,
There's
so
a guy I
feel
work
free to
with. He's like
chill,
45.
chat,
He has
join the
colon cancer.
conversation, whatever you gotta
Like,
do. Right now, we're
and
talking about some
he said
mental,
that he used to
you
go
know,
out all the
things that we
time
go
and
through.
this and that, and now he's like a shell of himself at 45. So,
Yep.
um, and I'm like, damn, like I'm 29. Like, what if I'm just that person that gets it? Who, because like who knows? Like, shit happens. So,
Yeah, like you can get it young. Like I literally spiraled this morning, like so bad. Like my anxiety has been really bad the past few days. I mean, actually, I meant to say better. It's been better the last few. I wasn't really
Oh God,
like having too much going on.
it's
And
doing
this
it again.
morning, I like looked at my neck because I always do like neck checks to make sure I don't got any like lumps or bumps or anything because that shit
yeah,
scares me. And I like paid attention to like like so like for you, right, like you have an Adam's apple, like you have that like cartilage that's there over to the
hmm,
right of mine. I like if you feel deeper in, like there's literally a big hard like bump, and it moves like with my cartilage. Like if I swallow, it moves with it, but it's not on the other side. So I
it,
spiraled so bad this morning thinking like I had like fucking lymphoma and like I was gonna
yeah,
die, and it just
no,
fucked me up
no,
for the whole day.
yeah. I've had that a few times where I felt bumps or like like one of my testicles I can't find, so I feel like I lost it or something, and it's like,
Don't fall
you,
for
you
it. Don't
know,
fall for
I
what?
don't know if you ever had the
How you
angel,
guys doing on
but that
YouTube?
shit's scary.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, no, it's well, one with the like I think you're fine if it's
Your
movable,
fellow
like it's not
VR.
cancer. It's just
Welcome,
probably a
your
lymph
fellow
node.
VR.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I think,
welcome.
well, I don't even think it's a lymph node. I think it's literally, I think like my anatomy, like it's just weird. Like I think I just never noticed it before because it's like part of the
Maybe,
cartilage like, off to the side.
yeah.
But
I
yeah, that's
know. Yeah,
Don't listen to that. What do you
I
mean?
know the main thing
That's these are
is
my
health. Like I
friends
that is
and
something
my
that I'm trying
fiance.
to do more. Just be healthy. Like legitimately, just health, 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 health. I don't want to deal with issues. Like But also, man, like when it comes to God, it's tough where I'm at a point with like religion and God where if God is real in the
How you guys
biblical
doing
sense,
on
then
YouTube?
I'm
How
going to
y'all
hell
doing?
for sure. But I don't
Bro.
not because I'm a sinner like that, just because it's like obviously I'm
Oh, me
not.
too.
I need
Oh
to
yeah,
fix
okay,
something. Give
yeah.
me one
You know,
second,
it's just
chat.
but like logically and from just I don't think
You're in
there's
the matrix, dude.
I
We're
think
all
there's
in
a
the
God
matrix.
or a creator or something, but I don't think it's in the biblical
We
sense.
are all in the matrix, bro.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I think religion's more like a cult, if anything. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean, some of the things, like, I think, like, there's so many different religions. I think, like, it's kind of cultish, like, when you can't have an open mind about, like, every other religion. Like, if you're like, this is the one true religion, and I will not hear anyone else's, like, beliefs, you know? Like, I think you need to be open minded because nobody knows, like, how the fuck we got here. Nobody knows any of it. We're all asking the same questions and we're all trying to come up with an answer. And I think there's so many different religions that some might have some parts that are true, but I honestly just feel like it's something that we can't comprehend with our small human minds. Like, there's no way.
yeah, yeah, like there's a one is like the winners always rewrite the textbook. So obviously someone maybe a long
Can you
time
be a
ago was like, hey, like
moderator? No, I don't
let's
even know
just
who
write
you
this
are, Brett.
book and all
But
this,
welcome.
and we'll be able to control people. That's one aspect of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Like some rules like just don't make any sense. Like they contradict it contradicts itself, you know? Like I don't know. I could go real far into it, but it's like you can't be like, oh, all people are equal and all people deserve, like a home. All people deserve to be fed and housed and whatever. And then like have some I don't know. I don't want to go too into it and offend anybody, but I don't like how it's like, oh, people can't be gay or like people can't, like that's
yeah,
everybody should be equal, We're all here. We were all born from a sperm and an egg, Like I don't know.
no, it's there's a couple questions or there's situations that like I'll think or I've talked to people where it's like one is like what if people that are born gay, right? Obviously there's people who choose to be gay or bisexual. In my experience, I've delved into some experience like that, but I am not a gay man. I am straight where I love the woman, but I've also been bisexual, right? Cryptic will tell
Yeah.
you that.
Mm.
But there are people that I genuinely think that are born gay, like legitimately. Like I've known people,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
and it sucks because okay, like you're born this way, so now you got to go to hell. So that's one
Like
flaw.
that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly.
It makes zero sense. Okay, so that's just one. Another one is okay. Like what about people? Because like if you're a Christian, then obviously you have to be Christian to go to heaven. Every other religion you don't, right? If you don't accept Jesus Christ. What if you're
Right.
born in another country that's not exposed to the Christian way, but they raise you a different way? That's not your
Right.
fault. So it's like, how are you supposed to, get a pass if you're like Hindu, but your family, your friends, your teachers, your father, whatever, like are Hindu, and they didn't teach you Christianity, right?
Right.
Another one, and then there's certain ones that just where it just for me, I don't think I could get aboard. Where it's like, let's say let's say if I had a daughter and a man kidnapped her, raped her, cut her head off and all that. And then, let's say 10, 20 years later, he repents to Jesus. He's able to go to heaven and I'm able to see him in heaven with my
No.
daughter. It,
Yeah, no.
that like to me that just doesn't real. And then okay, so you have that where he gave his life to Jesus, so he goes to heaven. But let's say if I don't give my life to Jesus, but I'm a good person where I donate to charity, I'm a good man, and I have all these other wonderful things to me. The only difference was I didn't accept Jesus Christ, but I chose to have a good morality about myself. And then I still want to get to the heaven gates.
Right.
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
it
look,
contradicts itself. It doesn't really make much sense.
it doesn't, and it's tough because I think the fear is like, well, people will say, just play it safe. Like, just like, what's the worst that could happen if you just, do this so you don't go to hell? Which that is the fear. The fear is like, well, if I don't do this, then I will spend the rest of my life in abomination and fire. But also, it sounds like if you're in heaven, it's kind of like hell too, because you're somewhere for eternity and you're doing acts of service the whole time you're there. And it's like God, in a way, is a very controlled, powerful person that is not all loving and all knowing, because if he was, the old commandment wouldn't happen where he brought a lot of wrath. There was like, you got to throw stones at gay people, stuff about
Yeah.
maybe even property of people. And
Like, well,
then yeah.
what I'd want to know is like if God's real, right, and he has the power to control everything, and all of that, why are there children that get SA'd? Why are there like
Yeah.
children getting cancer? Why are criminals, serial killers, why did they get to live to like 86, and then you have a 15-year-old with stage 4 lung cancer that dies, or somebody who gets like, I don't know, SA'd,
Yeah.
or like it that doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, that one, Christian would be like, well, it's God doesn't control that. Humans make their own decisions, yada yada. And I would argue with that, be like, well, why don't you, God, like come out of the clouds for 5 minutes, show yourself, and just show yourself like, hey, I'm real, guys. Like, I just think, why play this game of faith where we have to read a book 2,000 plus years ago, trust the people teaching us the right ways where a lot of people don't teach you the right ways? Why not just show yourself and
No, I
force
don't
the
know
faith
about
into
Warrior
us,
Cast,
rather than
bro.
have this game of questions and trying to find the riddles?
Welcome everybody in chat.
It, it just, to me, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think like it's worth like unless you're fully like in whatever religion, it's like it's worth exploring other religions to kind of see, because like there's a basis of like morality and values, I feel like, that kind of pertains to like a ton of different religions, like be a good person, and don't do no harm and that kind of stuff. Like
Mm.
I agree with,
Give me 1 second, chat.
but
I'm going
other
to
things are
restart my
just
computer because I
Like
need to fix a
Buddhism,
certain setting.
I
So I'll be right back.
and also like the religion's not always bad. Like